Arcane, the show that everyone is still talking about, myself included, and for good reasons too. It's just a really damn well written show, hooking you right in from the first episode in a matter of minutes. Now, I had my doubts about the show simply because it's based on League of Legends, a game with a fandom notorious for its toxicity. Heck, the only thing I know about League of Legends is that I shouldn't be playing League of Legends. That and the fact that recent animated adaptations of popular video game franchises that have come to Netflix haven't been all that interesting, to me at least. But I'll admit, watching Arcane has got me just a slight bit interested in actually trying out League of Legends, which I feel I might end up regretting. Oh, and in case you don't know by now, there will be heavy spoilers in this video, but that shouldn't be a problem to you, dear viewer, because I know you don't live under a rock. There's a lot of stuff that Arcane does right that nets it so much praise from the fans inside and outside the League of Legends fandom. From its setting to its well-written and surprisingly complex characters and the ways they view and interact with the world and other characters, it just comes together perfectly, like a well-made sandwich that doesn't spill over after the third bite. And the visuals? God damn the visuals, which only helps to enhance the whole viewing experience, especially in the fights. All the fights in Arcane have something going for them. Aside from being well executed and satisfying to watch, each fight shows off the character's personality as well as creatively make use of the visuals to tell another story beneath the surface. The biggest example of this being the fight between Echo and Jinx, but from the title you know that's not what we're talking about today. Vi vs Sevika. Taking a page out of the typical bar brawl and cranking it up to 11. It's an interesting fight because not only does it serve as a big character moment for Vi, but acts as a visual representation of the struggle between both sides of Piltover, or rather, Topside and the Undercity. But now, before you rush into the comment section to tell me how both Vi and Sevika are both from the Undercity and how Vi has a thing against Topside, let me make something clear. It doesn't matter where they are from, but rather what side they are aligned with. Like Best Boy Victor, for example, who's from the Undercity but spends most of his time in Topside. And I'd also like to add that in the games, Vi is given the title of the Piltover Enforcer, and with that, I rest my case. Moving on. The fight, not being more than 3 minutes long, serves as the final brawl for the season. Vi, after getting a hold of the Atlas Gauntlets, heads over to the last drop for one last rematch with Sevika, this time determined to settle the score after her defeat last time. That isn't to say Sevika, on the other hand, see what I did there? Isn't prepared for her with a new, upgraded arm. Leading up to the fight, we see both ladies power up their respective arm weapons, which is an interesting display on the difference between Hextech and Shimmer. In the world of Arcane, we as the audience have been watching technology evolve as time goes on, with Topside relying on Hextech and Shimmer for the Undercity. While the progress of Hextech has been nothing short of impressive, achieving great feats, it's only ever understood by Victor and Jace, the scientists who invented it in the first place, which the sole responsibility of developing new Hextech falls onto, which really isn't going too well. Shimmer, on the other side, is more of a biofuel with multiple applications. It works as a recreational drug, super steroids, and powers up all sorts of machines. In a way, it's more diverse in its use, and with most of the Undercity being able to access it, anyone can use it for whatever they want, which means there's freedom to apply it into any machine or device you can think of. So in the fight, we can see how much functionality each side has. Vi only ever uses them for punching, and if that doesn't work, she punches harder. Sevika, on the other hand, okay, I really need to stop saying that, uses Shimmer to power up her arm and give her a power boost. Oh, and she also gives herself a friggin' sword that fires energy slices. How cool is that? And the best part is, we see her working on this and building up the upgrades all by herself after her arm gets busted up in the previous fight, which was just a couple of days ago. Back to the fight though. It becomes an all-out slugfest. And it's interesting to know that we don't really get an idea of how long they've been fighting for. The fact that they both just agreed to take a break right in the middle of the fight shows that as they've been throwing hands, they've developed some kind of respect for each other, which really adds to both their characters. Then the fight heats up again with Sevika popping up her super cool sword. The tables get flipped, causing Vi to lose her right gauntlet and momentarily gets knocked out. And just as she's about to give up, she gets a visit from Ghost Vander, who fills her with the power of family to help her get back on her feet. Jokes aside, this is a really touchy moment for Vi as it really puts her fighting style into perspective, especially for us the viewers. It's something I didn't really notice until rewatching Arcane, but in every fist fight she gets into, she rarely or unsuccessfully puts up a guard, which results in her taking a lot of beatings. Even Echo points this out to her.
Oh, well, you should have learned more. You still punch like a little boy.
And you still block with your face.
But in this moment, she realizes that if she wants to see her sister again, she's got to put up a friggin' guard. A cool little detail I noticed was that she loses her right gauntlet, exposing her right hand, the same hand she used to hit Powder, but now she's willing to risk that hand in order to get her sister back. So she finally puts up a guard and that cool force field pops up. I'll admit, during my first watch I thought it was out of nowhere, but then I watched it again and it made total sense. The Atlas gauntlets were not designed for combat, but rather for miners to help make their job easier. And what is the biggest risk to mining? Cave-ins, which is what the force field is for, and it goes the extra step to push things back as it dispels. Genius. So with that, Vi is able to disarm Sevika and finally clutch her first actual solo win in the series. Earlier I said that this fight is basically how the conflict between Topside and the Undercity would play out. As innovative and diverse as Shimmer's application is, it ends up getting outclassed by Hextech by a mile, even with the physical boost Shimmer provides to its users, something even Jace is well aware of too. On the second watch, this fight ended up being my all-time favorite and really made me appreciate Vi even more and see Sevika as more than just another one of Silco's goons, and makes me excited to see just how much further she's going to change in the second season. So with that, I'll end this video with a cool little detail. You know how the fight ends with Vi throwing Sevika into a jukebox, destroying it? Yeah, well, that's the same jukebox that shows up at the start of every episode, so it being destroyed in that last episode is pretty fitting, so you can thank Vi for depriving us of a 10th episode. And with that, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I'd love to know what you think about the fight between them, as well as any other details I might have missed in the comments below. And if you're feeling extra good, hit that subscribe button. This has been your very favorite slice of bread, signing off.